What's going on, everybody? I'm a little bit under the weather, but nothing is going to keep me away from meeting with y'all regularly, sharing information and insight. So pray for me as I share this topic. Again, nothing's going to keep me away from hooking up with y'all at least once or twice a week. But the topic at hand is extremely important because a couple of weeks ago, I had a young single mother contact me through Facebook, and she asked me to give her some tips on how to successfully raise her boys. And I thought that would be a good discussion for our parenting one-on-one topic. Let me say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you are a single mother, whether you're raising a boy, whether you're raising a girl, or whether you're raising both, I salute you. Your job is not easy. Oftentimes it's thankless. And what you're doing deserves double honor, and I definitely salute you. If you're a single mother raising a boy, definitely hats off to you. It's not easy. And I want to let you know that I totally reject this notion that you cannot raise, because you're a woman, you cannot raise a successful, viable, and completely well-adjusted man. I do ultimately believe that unless there's some sort of male influence in the boy's life, there's going to be something missing. But I totally reject the idea that just because you're a woman, you're doomed to fail in the raising of your boy, okay? You just need to focus a little bit harder, and you need to implement these 3 tips that I'm going to share with you today. If you're a single mother and you're raising a boy, you might want to write this down. If you know a single mother that's raising a boy, you might want to share this video with her, all right? Number 1. Find a mentor, a male mentor for your son. And it's also important that you're not sleeping with this male mentor, okay? Because in the event that the relationship doesn't work out, ultimately it's your son that's going to be left out in the cold. All right? Find a male mentor that you're not even attracted to so that the friendship can remain strictly platonic. And you want to ask this male mentor to spend an hour with your son at least once a week. Make sure this man is somebody that you would want your son to aspire to be like. All right? Ray that hangs on the corner every single day might have a really good heart. He might have a really nice smile. He might be a really nice guy. But you want to find somebody that's somewhat established professionally, that's somewhat established financially, and you want that person to impart their wisdom in your son's life. But I cannot stress enough, make sure that you're not in a romantic relationship with this person, because you want this relationship between this man and your son to be long and enduring. Okay, so number 1, find a mentor for your son. Number 2, make sure that you discipline your son consistently and firmly. All right, as a mother, your first instinct is to nurture. You're there when little man gets sick and he's crying. You scoop him up in your arms. You wipe the tears from his eyes. That's what you do. That's your nature. That's how you're hardwired. But since a man is not helping you raise your son, you might need to beef up a little bit more in the discipline area. And you got to make sure that the discipline is firm. Make sure that the punishment matches the crime. And you're not sending your son to a bedroom that has Xbox and PlayStation and a cell phone and all that stuff, and he's not really feeling the pain and the pressure of the punishment. Also, make sure it's consistent. Every time he tells you no, he needs to be disciplined. Not just the times that you think he really means it. Every time he tells you no. Every time he talks back. If he raises his hand to hit you, it's a serious problem, and it needs to be consistent in that you're meeting it out, you're doing it every single time. Because if you have a lapse in your discipline, then it communicates to him that you're not consistent and that he can get away with it more often than not, okay? Number 3, and number 3 is probably the most important. Make sure you do not tell your son that he is the man of the house. Tell him that he's strong. Tell him that he's courageous. Tell him that you love him. Tell him that you need him. do not tell him that he's the man of the house. That's going to create problems. Because as a single woman, here's the reality. You are the woman and the man of the house. What you say in that house goes. The rules that you lay down goes. And if you confuse him and tell him that he is the man of the house, then you're going to reach a point where he's going to want you to sit down and shut up. And he's going to want you to take rules and orders from him. Also, when you tell him that he's the man of the house, that creates problems when you try to date and when you try to bring a man around. Because he's looking at this man like, hold up, homie, you're infringing upon my territory. I'm not just her son, but I'm the man of this home, which means I have to protect it and guard it. And it doesn't matter whether you make my mama happy. It doesn't matter whether you make my mama smile. We got a turf war here, and we've got to settle this one way or another. So make sure you do not tell him that he's the man of the house. So to summarize, number one, find a male mentor for your son. All right. If you are in Atlanta, and if I'm close by, hit me up, inbox me. If I'm not available, maybe I can find somebody that's willing to do it. I have a large network of friends, good brothers, that are willing to help out any way they know how. Facebook me, email me. I'll see what I can do personally. Number two, your discipline, your consequences need to be firm and consistent. Don't let him get away with it sometimes. Don't smile and say it's cute sometimes. Every single time he's out of line, he needs to either feel the sting of your belt or the sting of that punishment, whichever way it goes. And then number three, do not tell him he's the man of the house. Remind him that you are in charge, that you run the household. Let him know that he's strong. Let him know that he's vital, but do not tell him he's the man of the house, because that's only going to complicate things even further. This is Isaiah, and I just told you the truth. Pray for me as I get well. I guarantee next time I'm on video, I'll be at 100%. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening. Peace.